nation game?
Yeah, Alex, that's a great question. The toughest thing to do in a regional format is to come back after a tough loss. You know, we used up a lot of emotional, mental, physical energy in that first game, facing Fouts and a very good Alabama team, and to come back in the second game and play a tough opponent like Troy, who really played a heck of a game, and give a lot of credit to their pitcher. After seeing Fouts for 7 innings, throwing 72 and moving the ball, and then facing the Troy pitcher tonight, threw us off balance, and she did a great job of, holding us down. And we didn't play our A game, but you don't make it to a championship game of regionals without a pitching staff. And we needed Millie and Reagan to suck up some innings in that game, and they did. They pitched their butt off, and it wasn't like they pitched bad. We just felt like that we needed to make some changes to throw their hitters off so we could give ourselves a chance with Valerie at the end of the game. So very proud of our pitching staff and the way they handled this game. And then, to have Mojo come off the bench with a huge double to spark us, just a phenomenal job. And, we made some great defensive plays, and we had some blunders defensively today. But when you're tired and you're a little bit gassed, sometimes those things happen. But I love the way our team didn't let that affect us. We fought through those mistakes and found a way to win this game against a very tough Troy team to give us an opportunity to play for a regional championship tomorrow.
What does it say about
Tigers.com
and your pitching staff that Millie and Reagan as freshmen are able to come in and pitch some big innings for you and get you a spot in a region championship?
Yeah, like I said, we're not playing tomorrow without Millie and Reagan. There's no way Valerie can go 7 tonight and then expect her to shut down that offense again for the second time in a row. They saw her yesterday, and I thought they had some pretty good at bats against her even late in this game. But for Millie and Reagan to suck up those first 4 or 5 innings for us in that game was huge.
Coach, you mentioned Mojo's big pinch hit, leadoff double there. She seems like she's been a fan favorite all season. She started a handful of games this year, but batting .350, really good average, especially for a freshman. What makes her such a good pinch hitter even as a freshman?
Well, Mojo's been through a lot. She was a starter last year, and she tore her ACL in the 5th game of the season, and just had a really long recovery with her knee, and the team, I think, has seen how hard she has worked and to improve as a player and to get her knee into playing shape. And, this year, I think she's a fan favorite because she always comes in off the bench and gives us a great at bat, and a lot of her hits this year have been huge pinch hits. And that's one of the toughest things to do in our sport, is to come off the bench and, pinch hit in some tough situations. But we've utilized her in that role, and she's come up big for us. And tonight was no different. She's just a great teammate and somebody that the team rallies behind. So when she succeeds, it's just even that much more of a good feeling.
Coach Zach Wagner with TigerNet. In the 7th, when you went out and you talked to your defense, what was the message to them, and what'd you say to Valerie in the circle?
Well, the biggest thing is we kind of shot ourselves in the foot a little bit and didn't make sure of an out, after the girl got the leadoff hit. I just went out there to calm them down and said, listen, those 2 runners mean absolutely nothing. We've got to make sure we focus on keeping the hitter off of second base and getting outs and not panicking in that situation. And I think we did a great job of that. And Valerie did a good job of battling that tough first baseman, that kept fouling the pitches off of that at bat. Valerie didn't give in and ended up getting her out. So that was a huge out in that inning.
Coach, the throw by JoJo that went into center field to score their run was on a ball 4, but it looked like it could have easily been a called strike. Is that what JoJo was thinking? Was she thinking it was going to be a strike on that throw?
Yeah, I think it was that was one of those plays where we just weren't on the same page. JoJo's doing her job. She can't assume that the ball is going to be called a strike or a ball. and she thought it was a good pitch. And then we got to make sure we don't let that ball get in center field. And that's kind of one of those mistakes that we made. It kind of cost us, but it's a tough play. I mean, it is, because it's it could be strike three, it could be ball four, and she's got to make the play. Our middle infield, we got to keep that ball in the infield.
Coach,
Coach,
what's the
this
message
is
to the
Matt.
team?
Sorry, this is Matt. I was just going to ask, what did you guys learn from the first game today, and what do you feel like it's going to take to win tomorrow and win a couple games tomorrow, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing, we got to do a better job offensively. I think we've got, we had 4 hits, we had 3 or 4 opportunities to score runs, we had a couple stolen bases. It's about getting the timely hit. I think, we got to shorten up a little bit and be able to get the barrel to the ball in those situations. They have 2 pitchers. They have, another drop ball kid that throws about 67, 69 Kilfoyle. So we got to be prepared for fouls or Kilfoyle tomorrow. But, from an offensive standpoint, we've got to get the timely hits, keep getting the base runners on, giving ourselves opportunities. From a defensive standpoint, we got to keep their speed off the base. We got to make them, the slappers, hit the ball by us. We cannot let them beat us in front.
Coach, this is Todd in Granville. Amelia and Reagan were really good, but what was your thought process on how long you could wait to bring Valerie in? What was that decision like?
Well, I think the biggest thing is Millie, her changeup wasn't fooling them. They were fouling it off. And, so that was the reason we went to Reagan, because Reagan and Millie kind of complement each other, and Reagan's more of a power pitcher and hits her spots. Reagan she couldn't get the ball down today. Typically she's right at the knees, inside, outside. And tonight she had the ball up a little bit. And, it's been a while since she pitched, but, and she felt like, she was trying to make the adjustments, but it wasn't happening. And, that last walk, we just felt like it was time. Valerie was ready to go. And when you have Valerie, you don't want to keep her sitting over there if she's ready to go. So, the decision was, Reagan and Millie gave us the opportunity to get to that point in the game. And now it's time for Valerie to take over and finish the job.
We have time for 2 more.
What has Ansley Gilstrap's experience meant for you guys in this tournament, and what did her bat mean for you guys today, helping you get past Troy?
It's been huge. I think, Ansley's experience and her leadership have been invaluable to our program. She's just that type of player. Every time she steps on the field, she's going to give you 110%. She bounces back after mistakes or bad at bats, and that's what she did today. She was pressing a little early in the game, and the last time up when we needed those insurance runs, she came up and hit a very hard hit ball off the pitcher for critical RBI in that game. And that's what you expect out of your leadership, is to come up in big time situations. And Ansley has done that all year long for us.
Coach, I think if you look at the 6-0 score in that Alabama game, it doesn't really indicate how well Valerie pitched. I mean, they really didn't hit her hard the whole game, had a lot of infield hits, bunts. Even Hemphill had a bloop single for a run. How frustrating, I guess, was that? And have you already decided whether you'll use Valerie in game 1 tomorrow?
Obviously, against a good team, you got to make sure you can, seal the deal and close out innings. And we didn't do that against Alabama. And fast pitch softball, sometimes it's the chop over the head, it's the flare, it's the swinging bunt, some of those infield hits that kill you. And I think that Alabama game was very indicative of that. So, like I said, we got to do a better job of keeping their speed off the bases. Give Valerie a chance, give our offense a chance, which I think we did for the most part of that first game today. But we'll make a decision tomorrow morning to see how everybody's feeling. But I know that every one of our pitchers will be ready to pitch tomorrow.
Thanks, Coach. Up next, we have Ansley
Thank you.
Gilstrap.
Thanks, Coach.
And we'll go ahead and open it up to questions.
Hey, Ansley, Alex Dodd from the Clemson Insider. What does it mean for you guys to be able to advance and get another shot at Alabama tomorrow?
It's really awesome. I really just wanted you're gonna ask me that question. It's hard to put that question into words. What it means. There's no game after that if you don't win. So gonna go just give it everything you got, and it's awesome just to be able to play Alabama, play here. It's a legend, and it's just a good experience, good opportunity, and we're gonna go have some fun.
Ansley, Trevor Gross from CUTigers.com. That first game against Alabama today, I just asked Coach about it. How frustrating was it for y'all as a defense, despite how well Valerie pitched? They just were able to get a lot of, seemed like the ball was bouncing their way a lot in that game.
Yeah, I guess that's home field advantage, maybe. It just seemed like it was over the head, off the handle, looping over it was definitely a little frustrating, but that's the way the game goes, that's what we needed to. We don't necessarily need to hit home runs every single game. They're definitely nice, but we just gotta put the ball in play, make something happen. I think we had 16 strikeouts. That's not gonna do it. So just try to get the ball in play a little bit more tomorrow and try to make things happen.
What was working for you at the plate in the second game? You were able to have a couple RBIs and 2 big hits.
Sure.
What was working for you at the plate in the second game with those 2 big hits that you had?
A lot of motivation, like there again for me, there is no more games. I know some of the kids, we have a really young team that, they lose, they'll get to come back next year. For me, there's no next year. So just making it maybe play more loose than anything, have fun, enjoy the moments. You're not gonna get the opportunity again. So just enjoy it. You can. I've been doing this for a long time. I know I can do it. Sometimes it doesn't always happen, but just remembering those times that I have gotten it done, and just thinking about those more than just the negative, staying positive.
Ansley, how cool was it to see Mojo, of all people, to come up with that big leadoff pinch hit double to kind of spark your offense?
Oh, we freaking love her. She's probably one of the clutchest pinch hitters, got to be in the whole country. And whenever she comes up to pinch hit, it just is so the crowd stands up. Everyone gets so hype, and it motivates everyone. Even if she would have gotten out, we probably still would have been just as hype and gotten it done. But the fact that she got it done made it just even more better. She's a great person. You love to see her succeed. She's been through so much at such an early age too. She's gonna do great things.
Ansley, this is Todd Shaughnessy. The defense wasn't perfect today, but I thought from the second to the fifth, there was one play every inning that seemed like a game saver. Did it seem that way to you?
Yes, sir. I know we talked about it before the game started, that it's been a long season. It's been a long day already. Obviously, you're not always going to feel 100%. You might feel 75%, 80%. We talked about, hey, if you're only feeling 75, 80%, you give 100% of that 80%. And I think that definitely showed. We didn't always make the plays, but we were able to have each other's backs. When someone else made a mistake, we were able to bounce back, and you could see none of the mistakes were made for lack of effort. Everyone gave everything they had, and that's what you love to see.
And Ansley, the ESPN commentator against Alabama mentioned that she thought that there might be some sign stealing going on in the Alabama dugout. Was there any talk about that with y'all?
We didn't talk about it much. That's definitely part of the game too. You could hear it a little bit. The call was coming in really late, so I don't think it mattered as much. It might have frustrated people a little bit just because you could hear it. But I think tomorrow we'll know that a little bit more now that's gonna. Anyone wants to get an edge on Valerie. If you can pick some pitches or whatever and know what's coming, that will definitely help out a little bit. So. Know that coming in for next game tomorrow, and then we'll be ready for it.
Got time for one more?
What was it like facing Fouts today, and what do you feel like the key is for you guys tomorrow to have some success offensively?
We haven't seen quite as much speed as hers this season. So now that we got that, I think we were starting to time her up pretty well. Next, we just got to make sure a little bit better pitch selection, making sure we attack that first good pitch, because then from there she'll work the ladder, go higher, more out, and get us chasing a little bit. But she's definitely hittable. We can do it. We're a good hitting team. We bring our A game. We can beat anybody.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Ansley.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Coach.